It's crazy how your body can replicate the feeling of falling from high places in dreams when you have never fallen like that before in real life. The new version of walking into a room and forgetting why you were there is going on to Google and forgetting what you want to search for. If you lose control over your AI, it's a massive achievement. As Icarus flew closer to the sun, the air will actually get colder, and the wax in his wings will be stronger. Websites telling you to turn off ad blocker is like salesmen telling you to keep the door open while he talks. Most anti-vax parents don't realize they are vaccinated and think that not vaccinating their children will make them healthy like them. Artists that can draw super realistic portraits don't need to ask for nudes, and they could just draw them themselves. Instagram will be a lot less damaging to people's self-esteem if every selfie showed the number of attempts that preceded it. If we are human beings, then our dead are human beings. We are lucky that hair grows equally the same length regardless of external factors, unlike plants, for example. Imagine hair on the left side of your head being longer than the rest because it gets more sun when you drive or something. If you were born in 1991 and died in 2002, you will have died at age 11. All of those numbers are palindromes. This won't be possible again until 2992 to 3003. Someone born today has a decent chance of seeing the turn of the next century. Telling a clinically depressed person to try not being sad is like asking a drowning person to breathe harder. If a cashier tells a joke, it's likely the first time that customer has ever heard that joke. If a customer tells a joke, that cashier has probably heard it 200 times already. Cats and dogs probably think it's weird that we walk around on our hind legs all the time. It's normal to go to a coffee shop and get decaf coffee. It's weird to go to a bar and get a non-alcoholic beer. You don't realize how conditioned you are to use technology until you try to teach your grandparents. You just know that some cops intentionally go below the speed limit and then laugh when everyone around them slows down to match their speed. When you are sick, the advice you get is to literally do drugs and stay out of school. You can legally be a grandpa at 34. Kids born these days will never be able to get the username they want online. Everyone worries about the well-being of the FBI agent who peers through their webcam, but no one thinks on the little man inside of the automatic flushing toilet that has to stare at your anus as you get off of the seat. Little kids must get obliterated by farts when in crowded public places. Most of us have gone our entire lives without ever seeing a Chinese restaurant commercial. A flamethrower is not a firearm. Happiness is like sleep. You don't realize you were experiencing it until it's over. If you watch Rambo in reverse, Sylvester Stallone heals people with his magic bullet vacuum. Whenever something needs to be sorted alphabetically, most people will still sing the alphabet song in their head. Tupperware is a socially acceptable adult lunchbox. In movies, when someone puts a tracker on another character's vehicle or on their person, the device always seems beep or flash which leads to its discovery. They could probably avoid this by making trackers not ridiculously obvious. We'll be a lot healthier if we had candy flavored fruit rather than fruit flavored candy. The first person to eat chili pepper probably thought they were going to die by fiery mouth. The second person to eat a chili was probably pranked by the first. Being placed in house arrest is the adult version of being grounded. We use tables to keep food off the floor, tablecloths to keep food off the table, placemats to keep food off the table, and plates to keep food off the placemats. You are half your parents' age for only 1 year in your life, when you turn the age that they were when you were born. Whoever flew the first hang glider off a cliff must have been very confident in their design. Atoms are just really small pixels and we are all extremely HD. People hovering over the toilet seat to avoid touching it are the reason that people have to hover over the toilet seat to avoid touching it. Picking ice up off the floor instead of kicking it under your fridge is what it must be like to be an adult. When you start improving yourself, you actually see how much there is to improve. You can tell how lonely you are by seeing how excited you get when you have a notification on your phone. There could be millions of creatures that have the power to stop time, and we never even notice. Millions are secretly yearning for cargo pants to be in fashion again. Putting in multiple coins for extra lives in our case was the early version of pay to win. There is no greater moment of empathy and understanding as a man seeing another man get hit in the balls. Phone numbers are like usernames of the previous decades. The pyramids were as ancient to the Romans as the Romans are to us. Kids born after VHS tapes say rewind without ever knowing how we used to actually wind tape to listen to stuff. We are really lucky that the guy who invented emails didn't monetize them the same way someone did with telephones. Rhinoceroses are armored unicorns. Girls and guys, I would love to hear your comments about this subreddit community. Also comment on what subreddit I should do next. As always, a like, comment and share is greatly appreciated. And please subscribe if you like the content. Bye!